Part 35. God Level Tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tien Taido. Chapter 343. Du Shanjun's eyes widened, still filled with incomparable despair, but his pupils shrank at this moment, and then he became motionless. All life gone. Du Shanjun never thought until his death that the other party would kill him like this without even the slightest hesitation. When Yuan Yuhong and the three people next to him saw this scene, their eyes were filled with deep fear. Du Shanjun died just like that. They are all monks in the late stage of the Dan formation realm. For a monk who has lived for hundreds of years, with his current level of cultivation, under normal circumstances, it would not be a problem to live for another 200 to 300 years. The further they reach this level of cultivation, the less they want to die. Grandmaster, please spare my life. I was wrong. Don't kill me. I'm a monk in the Dan formation realm. I'm still of some use. As long as you don't kill me, we can discuss anything. Yes, we are monks in the late stage of the Dan formation realm. It's okay to be slaves. Yuan Yuhong and the other three hurriedly said again, even forgetting their dignity in the face of death. Hearing the words of the three people, Li Hao's eyes had a strange look. This is true. The three monks in the late stage of the Dan formation realm should still be of some use, right? In that case, let me spare your lives for now. Li Hao suddenly said directly again. However, at this moment, another strange power suddenly emerged from Li Hao's body, and an invisible force rose into the sky. It was the power of the soul. Li Hao formed a seal with his hands, and suddenly some spiritual light circulated rapidly on Li Hao's body. Strange runes soon appeared, and then turned into a contract. Soul contract. Boom. The next moment, the soul contract became huge, rushed towards the three people, and then directly enveloped the three people. Buzz buzz. At this moment, the spirits of Pan Zhenjiang and the others trembled suddenly. A powerful and irresistible force directly invaded their souls, as if a seed was directly planted in their souls. Then Pan Zhenjiang and the others were horrified. It felt as if there was an extra layer of restraint in their souls. The three of them knew that they were under a contract. Li Hao directly cast the soul contract on the three people. At this moment, the souls of the three people were under Li Hao's control. There was a connection, and the life and death of the other party depended on Li Hao's thoughts. From now on, you three will work for me. Li Hao said calmly again. He is not a person who likes killing, so why not do it if he can harvest three slaves in the late stage of the Dan formation realm? Pan Zhenjiang and the other two people lying on the ground exhaled heavily. Their lives were saved. When those people around saw this scene, they were extremely shocked in their hearts. With a raised hand, he killed one person and contracted three people. Only the young man in front of him could do it. After Li Hao made a contract with the three people, he looked into the distance again. Have you seen enough? If you have seen enough, come out. Li Hao spoke sternly forward again, his voice rolling like thunder. At the moment when Li Hao's voice came out, across the river, Chu King Ai felt as if he had been hit hard. Chu King Ai spurted out a mouthful of blood as if she felt hit by an invisible fist. Chu King Ai's pretty face changed color instantly. She had been watching the show here before. When she saw Li Hao coming out, a coldness appeared on her face. She thought Li Hao was going to be in trouble. She still thought about waiting. Then he took advantage of the situation when both the opponent and Pan Zhenjiang and others were hurt, and took action to take back the key to the secret realm in one fell swoop. I never thought that this guy was actually a master. He actually suppressed all the four powerful men in the late stage of the Dan formation realm. At this moment, the other party even heard a sound that injured him, and he had to show up. Chu King Ai was shocked in her heart, and her face became extremely ugly. She looked at Li Hao coldly from a distance, her beautiful eyes still full of coldness. At this moment, the eyes of Nai Yuntian and others also fell on Chu King Ai, and they were shocked by Chu King Ai's appearance. Is it you who spread the news that I have the key to the secret realm? But at this moment, Li Hao looked at the woman in green in front of him coldly and said lightly. That's right. I spread the word. How do you treat it? Huh, who told you to steal my secret key? Chu King Ai said directly and snorted coldly. You brought that to your door yourself. Li Hao said again. That's mine, you take it from me. Chu King Ai retorted. Li Hao was speechless. He felt like he was talking nonsense. How could he reason with this woman? Okay. I'll snatch it from you. So what? Now, you fall into my hands. Believe it or not, I have contracted you now. Li Hao suddenly said sharply to Chu King Ai again. When Chu King Ai heard Li Hao's words, her pretty face suddenly changed color and turned a little pale. I don't want the key to the secret realm. Can I go to the head office now? Chu King Ai immediately said again, preparing for the wind to blow under his feet. Haha, did I let you go? However, Li Hao's voice came directly again, causing her steps to freeze. Chu King Ai. Then what do you want to do? I don't even want the key to the secret realm. Chu King Ai was suddenly shocked. This guy wasn't going to kill her, was he? The fate of Mr. Du Shanjun just now was very miserable. What do you think? Li Hao looked at Chu King Ai with a half smile. Don't kill me. My senior sister is the head of the Yaokai Immortal section. My senior sister is very beautiful. Chu King Ai said quickly. She originally blurted out that she wanted to move her senior sister who was a master, but when she thought that this guy was not threatened at all, wasn't Du Shanjun killed after those words? So Chu King Ai changed her words in the middle of her words. What? Your senior sister is beautiful. When Li Hao heard what Chu King Ai said, he couldn't help but was stunned. What is this? Very beautiful. How beautiful? Is it as beautiful as you? So what? Li Hao asked directly again, looking at Chu King Ai with a half smile but not a smile. His eyes were unkind. Well, my senior sister is very beautiful. Even more beautiful than me. As long as you don't kill me, I am willing. I am willing to introduce her to you. Chu King Ai nodded heavily, blushing and holding back these words. Haha. Just an introduction is not enough, you should understand what I mean. When Li Hao heard what the other party said, he laughed again and said lightly. But the next moment, Li Hao said in a deep voice again. Okay, I won't kill you. Stay aside. As Li Hao finished speaking, Li Hao looked in another direction. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 345. Li Hao asked Chu King Ai to stay aside, while Li Hao's side was looking in another direction. There were several powerful auras there, and they were different from the auras of cultivators, and they were covered by a strange force. If he was not a strong man in the transformation realm with divine consciousness, he would not be able to sense them. Everyone, are you not coming out yet? Li Hao said lightly in that direction. Li Hao's voice fell into the ears of those around him, but it made those cultivators around him feel surprised again. There are still strong people hiding nearby? Nai Yuntian and others also frowned and looked directly in the direction Li Hao was looking. As Li Hao's voice fell. Haha, the cultivators of Dewa are not that good. So many people can't even beat such a kid. I overestimated you. But at this time, a laugh suddenly sounded between the world. The next moment, everyone saw that several blonde and blue-eyed foreigners appeared in front of them. Several people were blonde and blue-eyed, 4 men and 1 woman. The leader was a young man in a suit. He looked quite handsome, but his face was a little pale, and he looked a little cold and weird. Just now, this sentence was said by the foreign young man in front of him. Beside this young man, there were 3 men and a woman. One of the men was very strong and was a big guy, while the other 2 men followed the young man like guards. As for the woman, she looked quite beautiful, but she was wearing a black robe, which was a little evil. These people also had some extraordinary temperament and gave people a very mysterious feeling. At this moment, everyone's eyes fell on these people. Foreign cultivators. Zhang Daiyu, Nai Yuntian, and others said coldly when they saw these people. From the appearance of several people, they can see that they are all from foreign countries, and they can hide their breath and watch the battle from a distance without being discovered by them. Naturally, they are not ordinary people. And since they are not ordinary people, why are they here at this moment? It goes without saying. These people should be the same as these immortal sect cultivators, coming for the secret realm key. He. Lord Baron, are these the cultivators of Dawa? They don't look that good. Next to the young man, the foreign woman in black robes, with a look of pride, swept her eyes over the crowd, and said coldly with a hint of sarcasm in her eyes, but what she said was the language of Budian. The others are indeed not that good, but this guy still has some strength. The young man also said when he heard the words of the black-robed woman, and he also spoke Budian language. Many cultivators around did not understand Budian language, but they could see the sarcasm in the other party's eyes, and their brows frowned instantly. What are they mumbling? I don't know, I don't understand. It must not be a good thing. Damn it. At this time, another cultivator next to him said in confusion, and he also didn't understand this Budian language. They say that we Dawa monks are not very good. A voice came from the side again. Everyone looked in the direction of the voice and saw a woman, Qin Yaking, who had also learned Budian language. What? We are not very good. Are they very powerful? How arrogant. They are so arrogant in Dawa's territory. When the monks around heard Qin Yaking's words, they immediately became angry and looked at the foreign youths with extremely unfriendly expressions. Even Nai Yuntian and others had a cold look on their faces. The other party was a little arrogant and simply didn't take them seriously. But at this time, beside Qin Yaking, a pair of beautiful eyes were staring at the young man, with a touch of surprise and coldness in their eyes. My Lord Baron, these people seem to be a little angry. The black-robed woman, named Nicole, spoke to the young man in Budian language again. Haha. Really? Even if you are angry, what can you do? Do you dare to attack us? Wouldn't that be courting death? Barton smiled faintly again, and looked at the woman in front of him again. The woman seemed to understand their language, and she seemed to be translating just now. Just as Barton looked at Qin Yaking, he inadvertently saw another woman standing next to him. Huh. She was also a foreigner with blonde hair and blue eyes like them. The next moment, Barton's eyes paused, and a bright smile appeared on his face. Isn't this Princess Linda? Haha, I haven't seen her for so long, and it turns out that she has come to China. What a coincidence. Barton immediately said to Linda. However, when Linda heard what Barton said, her pretty face changed color instantly, and even her eyes were sharp. Princess. Linda, are you a princess? At this moment, Qin Yaking, who was standing next to him, heard the other party's words, but her eyes widened immediately, looked at Linda in disbelief, and asked with her mouth open. Not far away, Li Hao was proficient in 18 languages, and happened to be proficient in Budian. At this moment, when he heard the young man's words, Li Hao's eyes also showed a strange color. Linda is a princess? Looking at this scene, the other party seemed to think it was Linda. Li Hao looked at Linda, and Linda also looked at Li Hao, feeling a little guilty. She actually concealed some of her identity. Do you know each other? Li Hao asked Linda. Linda's face changed again, and then she nodded. Yeah. But at this time, the young man on the opposite side sneered again. Princess Linda, since you have met, then follow me back. The Duke of York will be very happy. When Linda heard the Duke of York, her pretty face changed color again. The Duke of York is one of the 4 Dukes of Britain and one of the most powerful figures in Britain. If she is taken back, then her life will be over. She will marry the son of the Duke of York and be imprisoned in the cage forever. Then, the young man said directly. Harden, true, go and bring Princess Linda here. Yes. Baron. Yes. Immediately, behind Barton, the 2 men stood up again and walked towards Linda. Barton, whether I go back or not is not your business. Linda looked at the scene and said sternly. A strong aura was born on Linda's body, which was the aura of a cultivator. Seeing this scene, Barton's eyes flashed with a strange color again. You actually became an Eastern chi refiner. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tien Tien Taido. Chapter 346. Eastern Qigong Master? This is what they call these monks in China. Barton didn't expect that Linda had become an Eastern Qigong practitioner after not seeing her for several months. Haha, Princess Linda, do you think that you can stop them by becoming a chi refiner? You don't have to go back. Today, you have to go back even if you don't want to. Barton sneered and said to Linda again. If he can bring Linda back, the Duke of York will definitely be very happy, and he will be able to get close to this thigh. If one day, the Duke of York becomes the king, then his title may be able to move up. Gone. Everyone knows the ambition of the Duke of York. However, the Queen of Bushan was already weak and could not help York. Princess Linda, come with us. Princess Linda. At this moment, Barton's 2 men, one named Harden and the other True, also spoke to Linda in a deep voice. I won't go back. Linda said firmly. Her cultivation in the early stage of foundation building was in full swing, spiritual power was flowing in her body, and she looked like she was taking action. In that case, Princess Linda, then I'm offended. Seeing this scene, the guy named Harden said sharply again. It's enough for me to come. Harden said again. Boom. As Harden's voice fell, a powerful momentum emerged from Harden's body, and a powerful energy and blood emerged from Harden's body. Harden's figure became more and more muscular at this moment. Against Linda, who had just become a chi practitioner, they alone were enough. Boom. The next moment, Harden's body burst out with full force and he grabbed Linda directly. The power that broke out from Harden was clearly different from that of a monk, but the momentum was extremely astonishing, even comparable to that of a monk in the Dan formation realm. Seeing Harden's momentum, Linda's expression suddenly changed again, and she felt a powerful threat, but Linda's eyes were extremely determined, and she would not go back even if she died. Seeing it, Harden's hand was about to fall on Linda. But just at this moment, a figure appeared next to Linda and gently pressed Linda's shoulders. Linda was stunned by her actions. Go away. A cold voice came out, resounding in the space like thunder. Bang. A powerful force was generated directly, carrying the power of heaven and earth, and directly hit Harden's body. As if Harden was hit hard, his whole body was blown away heavily. A stream of blood spurted out directly from Harden's mouth. The black-robed woman behind waved her hand, and an invisible force seemed to form, like a spider web, catching Harden's body that was blown away. Boss. Linda looked at the figure that suddenly appeared next to her, a hint of surprise appeared in her beautiful eyes, and she shouted softly to Li Hao. Linda thought her concealment would make Li Hao angry just now, but now that she saw Li Hao take action, she couldn't help but feel excited. Not everyone can bully my assistant. Even if I don't agree, even if the King of Heaven comes, I can't take you away. Li Hao said lightly, but his voice was filled with strong determination and incomparable pride. Even if the King of Heaven comes, I can't take you away. How overbearing this is. When Linda heard Li Hao's words, her heart trembled and she was extremely moved. Ah! I'm going to kill you. Ahead, Natra was furious when he saw Hardin being blown away, and then a force burst out from his body. The powerful blood seemed to be burning. Armor actually appeared on his body, and in his hands, it was even more, a long sword appeared. Different from the long swords of the monks of Tewa sword sect, the long sword in Toru's hand is a heavy sword or a big sword. The next moment, this Toru charged towards Li Hao with a big sword in his hand. Knight. He is a knight. At this time, fellow Taoist Zhang suddenly said in a deep voice that he was very knowledgeable and recognized that the guy in front of him was clearly a knight. Knight is a profession abroad. It is a physically powerful warrior. It is the same as the physical training among monks. Moreover, the armor worn on the body is like a magic weapon. The armor and the body are connected together, which makes the knights possess great power. Tru held the big sword and rushed towards Li Hao. When he strode forward, it seemed as if the earth was shaking. Tru. When the young man saw this scene, he frowned and shouted directly, trying to stop the Toru, but it was too late, and the Toru's long sword had already slashed away. When Li Hao saw this scene, his eyes froze again. There was extremely powerful spiritual power flowing in Li Hao's body, and there was also extremely powerful power gushing out from Li Hao's body. Immediately, Li Hao punched directly. This punch also has a purple thunder light, which contains the power of destruction. Boom! With one punch, the whole world seemed to tremble. One punch contains incomparable awe-inspiring power, with the power of a physical body in the realm of gods, and even the power of thunder. The next moment, there was a roaring sound. Bang! Li Hao's punch directly hit the opponent's long sword. Ah! A scream suddenly sounded, and Tru's body flew backwards, just like Hardin before. Even the long sword was broken into two pieces and fell to the side. Li Hao still stood there, calm. At this moment, the young man and the black-robed woman looked at Li Hao with a sharp look. They felt a threat from Li Hao. Baron, he seems to be very powerful. The black-robed woman said in a strange language. Indeed, he is very powerful. He looks very strong. His blood should be delicious. The young man said in a deep voice, and his eyes were full of light when he looked at Li Hao. The more powerful the qi refiner, the purer and more powerful the qi and blood are, and the more powerful the power contained in the blood is. If he can suck the opponent's blood, he will be even more powerful. Nicole, go. Use your witchcraft to capture him. This baron wants to drink his blood. The young man said directly to the black-robed woman next to him. Okay, Lord Baron. Nicole said directly, and then looked at Li Hao again, as if looking at a prey. Boss, be careful, that guy is a vampire, and this woman is a witch. But at this time, Linda's voice came again. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tien Tien Taido. Chapter 347. Vampires and Witches. When Li Hao heard Linda's words, a strange color appeared in his eyes. Still want to suck my blood? However, Li Hao actually knew it before. Vampires and witches are both foreign cultivation professions. The next moment, the black-robed woman looked at Li Hao coldly again, and suddenly a strange power appeared on her body, and then, a strange barrier-like power instantly enveloped her body. Buzz. At this moment, black mist appeared on the black-robed woman's body, making the whole space weird. Witchcraft. The woman performed witchcraft, but this witchcraft was somewhat different from Li Hao's witchcraft. The next moment, Li Hao felt that the black mist fell directly on his body, and everything around him seemed to have changed. When Li Hao saw this scene, there was a gleam in his eyes again. Boom! Li Hao's powerful cultivation power instantly started to work. At the same time, strange power appeared on Li Hao's body, and Li Hao's hand quickly moved in the void. A circle appeared directly, and invisibly, strange fluctuations appeared in the entire space. Witchcraft. Li Hao directly used witchcraft. Chiji. But at this moment, the black fog around the other woman's body issued a series of harsh sounds, and bats appeared in the black fog, vampire bats, scarlet eyes, black bodies, flapping wings, densely packed, simply countless, and rushed directly towards Li Hao. Li Hao's body was shining, and in Li Hao's hand, a sharp edge appeared again. A jade needle appeared in Li Hao's hand, which was one of the 9 Tianqian needles. But the next moment, this jade needle began to rotate and fly around Li Hao's body, constantly rotating around Li Hao's body. Shishi. There was also a harsh sound, and a sharp sword energy appeared on the jade needle. Endless sword energy permeated, and the sword light rose and shone in the surrounding space. The next moment, when the sword light flashed on Li Hao's body again, the black bats were pierced through and then dissipated. Boom! Puff! At this moment, a sound of blood spurting out was heard from the mouth of the black-robed woman. Ah! The black-robed woman screamed again, and then everyone saw the black-robed woman's body retreating to the back, with a look of horror on her face. Nicole! The young man saw the scene and shouted to the black-robed woman again. Baron, he... The black-robed woman's face changed and wanted to say. No need to say more, you are not his opponent. Let me do it. Barton said coldly again, and then there was a cold edge flashing in his eyes, and he looked at Li Hao coldly. As Barton's voice fell, a powerful momentum suddenly released from his body. Boom! The powerful momentum is even stronger than the Jindan realm. Moreover, with Patton's body as the center, there seems to be a blood barrier, and Patton looks more evil. Whoosh! The next moment, Patton's figure flashed out, and rushed directly towards Li Haokan at a very fast speed. Li Hao's face suddenly condensed, but Li Hao's speed was not slow. Li Hao's consciousness had already clearly perceived the opponent's movements. At this moment, his reaction was also very fast. He punched out directly, containing powerful power. Boom! Immediately afterwards, there was a powerful collision sound. Li Hao's fist directly hit the opponent's attack. Li Hao also felt a powerful force, but Patton's figure was also shaken away at this moment. Patton's face condensed, but soon another powerful attack broke out and hit Li Hao again. Bang 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 bang. Then, there were continuous collision sounds. This was the first time that Li Hao fought with a foreigner. The guy in front of him was also very powerful, and the power he exerted made Li Hao frightened. Bang! Suddenly, there was another dull collision sound, and Patton's figure was repelled again. Patton cursed angrily, and was shocked by the strength of the guy in front of him, and couldn't help but burst out a swear word. Please speak Chinese in my territory. But at this time, Li Hao's voice came out directly. Boom! Li Hao's figure moved, and another one was born in Li Hao's body. Buzz buzz buzz. At this moment, everyone was shocked to find that with Li Hao's body as the center, it seemed that a special area and a special space appeared. This space seemed to be filled with endless spiritual power, but it was filled with endless sharpness. In an instant, everyone felt that there was a powerful force shrouding this space. Ah! What's going on? My cultivation seems to be unable to move. How could this happen? At this moment, many people were shocked again. Everyone was shocked to find that their spiritual cultivators seemed to be unable to move at this moment. At this moment, the whole space seemed to be rejecting them. Domain. This is the power of the domain. At this time, fellow deist Zhang was also looking at the scene in front of him in shock, and he was also extremely shocked in his heart. He recognized the method used by Li Hao. This is clearly the power of the domain. Domain. Beside him, Nai Yuntian heard what fellow deist Zhang said, but asked again in confusion. The domain of transformation. This is his domain power. In the domain, he is the master. Fellow deist Zhang immediately said to Nai Yuntian again. The domain can only be displayed by the master of the master realm of the people who have comprehended it. Boom. At this moment, Li Hao directly displayed the power of the domain, and then directly covered Patton under his domain power room. The next moment, Patton was shocked to feel that the power of heaven and earth was out of his control, and he was shocked in his heart. At this moment, Li Hao had a sense of control. It seemed that everything was under his control, and he was the master. Li Hao directly possessed the majestic power. This is his domain, and also his territory. Go. Li Hao said again lightly, and immediately pointed directly at Patton. As soon as he pointed, a fierce attack directly hit Patton. Bang. Patton's body was blown away heavily, and his eyes were filled with incomparable horror. Puff. Patton actually spurted out a mouthful of blood from his mouth, and it was obvious that he was directly injured. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Taido. Chapter 348. Lord Baron. My Lord Baron. Seeing this scene, the expression of the woman in black robe changed again, and she shouted in shock. The black-robed woman performed her witchcraft again, and then something like a strange black tentacle appeared and wandered directly towards Li Hao. At the same time, the look of the sturdy young man standing behind Barton also changed drastically at this moment. Boom. The next moment, powerful energy and blood surged up from the young man's body, and then a powerful force came out of the young man's body, which actually made the young man's already strong body even stronger at this moment. More than. The eyes of this sturdy young man turned red at this moment. Kill. The young man shouted loudly, and unexpectedly launched an offensive and rushed towards Li Hao, as if he didn't want his life at all. He was going crazy. This sturdy young man seemed to be really desperate at this moment, rushing towards Li Hao. Boom. When Li Hao saw this scene, his eyes froze slightly, but his heart was not without big waves. Berserker. The profession of the guy in front of me is clearly that of a berserker. Berserker, like the physical training of China, is a profession that specializes in physical training and powerful strength. At this moment, the mad warrior rushed towards Li Hao again as if he was going crazy. Li Hao saw this scene, but there was a hint of ridicule on the corner of his mouth. What about berserkers? Li Hao's eyes flashed again. Immediately afterwards, there was endless sword light that kept shining away. In an instant, the sword light shone in the space, and the sword energy was extremely astonishing. At the same time, the witch's offensive was launched again, which were tentacle-like things, blasting directly in the direction of Li Hao. Bang! Tisk tisk tisk. The sword energy streaked across the sky, and the endless tentacles around the witch's body were shattered into pieces by the sword energy. A deep voice burst out again. The berserker's body was directly blasted away again. Li Hao still stood proudly, exuding a mighty power. But the faces of Barton and the others across from them have become very ugly. Master. This is a master. Real master. Invincible retreat. Barton gave another cold shout and said to the people beside him. As Barton's voice fell, Barton's figure moved directly in one direction, and he actually wanted to escape. The other party is simply too powerful. They are not opponents. At the same time, When Nicole heard Barton's words, her expression turned sideways, and she was about to leave in a flash. Even the sturdy young man had the intention of quitting at this moment. "Come when you want, leave when you want. What do you think I am here?" However, at this moment, a cold voice echoed in the space again. It was what Li Hao said. When Barton heard Li Hao's words, his expression suddenly changed again. Boom! The next moment, Barton was shocked to see a figure blocking his way. Barton swore again, and then changed direction again. At the same time, strong energy and blood surged from Barton's body, and Barton's complexion became even paler. Moreover, an even more powerful aura emerged from Barton's body. All I saw was that there were several sharp fangs growing out of Barton's mouth. Barton's momentum has become extremely alarming. If he hadn't felt that the crisis was coming, he wouldn't have used the power of his bloodline, but now he had no choice but to do so. What Barton is doing at this moment is stimulating the vampire's bloodline power. At this moment, Barton's eyes were filled with a bloodthirsty edge, and even his fingers became extremely slender, looking extremely weird. The next moment, Barton opened his fangs and opened his mouth, and used his slender claws to attack Li Hao again. However, when Li Hao saw this scene, he did not cause too much trouble. Bang! At this time, the sturdy young man from before suddenly burst out with astonishing power and rushed towards Li Hao. On this young man's body, a set of heavy armor appeared. These strange lines were engraved on the armor, which were clearly visible. It's some runes. Break. When Li Hao saw this scene, the jade needle in his hand moved towards Barton and the others again. Immediately afterwards, everyone was shocked to see that the magic weapon armor on the strong young man's body was shattered at this moment. "Lord Baron, leave quickly." The sturdy young man stood directly in front of Barton and Nicole and said boldly. But as soon as the strong young man finished speaking, a jade needle penetrated the space, fell directly on his body, and penetrated the strong young man's head. Die. This mad warrior was directly killed by Li Hao with a jade needle. Seeing this scene, both Barton and Nicole had a look of horror in their eyes. Dead. The other party is simply too strong. At this moment, there was a hint of regret in their hearts. At the same time, the witch Nicole appeared with a staff in her hand. There was a blue gem on the staff. At this moment, a spiritual light surged out of the blue gem on the staff. Nicole muttered something, as if she was chanting a spell, and then another black mist appeared, and then directly wrapped her and Barton beside her, and then disappeared. The next moment, Barton and Nicole were no longer in sight. The two of them ran away directly. They had to run away. If they didn't run away, they would all stay here. It all happened very quickly. From the time they attacked to the time Barton and Nicole ran away directly, it only took a few breaths. There were still two men lying on the ground, who were Barton's two men, the two knights. Barton and the other man didn't care about them at all. Li Hao watched the two figures disappear, and didn't do anything. Run away. Run away now? That's pretty fast. The people around couldn't help but let out a surprised sound when they saw this scene. They looked at Li Hao's figure in the field with more awe in their eyes. From beginning to end, Li Hao was calm and confident. The foreign knight, witch, berserker and even the vampire appeared, but they retreated and fled in an instant. Everyone had a deeper understanding of Li Hao's strength. Everyone was shaken. However, at this moment, buzz. For some reason, the world suddenly shook at this moment. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tien Tien Taido. Chapter 349. The world suddenly shook at this moment. For a moment, Everyone's face changed instantly. What's going on? Is this an earthquake? Dot. A series of exclamations instantly resounded in this space. The whole world was shaking, and even the river was rippling with waves. However, it only lasted for a few breaths, and everything returned to calm again, as if nothing had happened. Everyone's face was shaken, and their expressions were filled with great doubts. What is that? Look. What is in the sky? Oh my God, is that the fairy palace? Dot. But at this time, everyone looked in one direction in shock. I saw that there was a bright light in the sky in one direction, and the spiritual light was all over the sky, shining on the earth. There was a huge palace in the sky, looming in the mist, as if it was not real. Vision. This is clearly a vision. When everyone saw this scene, they were shocked. They were all cultivators and could feel an unusual fluctuation between heaven and earth. When there is a strange phenomenon, something amazing must happen. It was at this moment. That is the location of Yaoqi Xianshan. A cultivator looked in this direction, his eyes were fixed, and he said in a deep voice. The person who spoke was Yuan Yuhong. Could it be? The next moment, other cultivators suddenly thought of something. And at this moment, it is the Yaoqi secret realm. The Yaoqi secret realm is open. Not far ahead, Chu King I saw the scene and said with a big mouth. Indeed, that direction is the direction of her Yaoqi Xian zone, and this strange phenomenon is clearly the strange phenomenon that appeared when the Yaoqi secret realm was opened. Boom. What? The Yaoqi secret realm is open. Oh my God, that's the Yaoqi secret realm. Let's go. Dot. When everyone heard Chu King I's voice, they exclaimed again. It is indeed the Yaokai secret realm that has been opened. Next to him, the Taoist Zhang said in a deep voice. At this moment, he also received the news from the operations department, confirming the fact that the Yaokai secret realm was opened. The Yaokai secret realm is a secret realm left by the powerful cultivators in the past. There must be good things in it. It is possible that there are elixirs, magic medicines, and even immortal tools. At this moment, with the appearance of this strange phenomenon, everyone was shocked, and even the whole Dawa was completely shocked. Many people are waiting for this day. At this moment, in Jinghua, in a courtyard, an old man in a grey robe looked in this direction. Is it finally opened? I have been waiting for so many years. The old man murmured. The next moment, a spiritual light appeared directly on the old man's body, and then under the old man's feet, the ground seemed to begin to wrinkle, and the endless distance between the void turned into an inch of distance under the old man's feet. Then the old man took a step directly. Whoosh! The old man's body instantly disappeared from the spot, as if he had teleported, shrinking the earth into an inch. This is a powerful Taoist method, and one must comprehend the power of space before being able to perform it. Moreover, the person who can perform the Taoist method of shrinking the earth into an inch must be in the realm of transformation. In other words, the grey-robed old man in front of him is actually a master of the realm of transformation. At the same time, on Kunlun Immortal Mountain, in the highest palace, there is a middle-aged man sitting cross-legged on a cushion. It's finally opened. I must get that immortal body. The middle-aged man said in a stern voice, with a firmness in his eyes. Whoosh! The next moment, the middle-aged man's figure flashed away, turning into a stream of rainbow and heading directly towards the sky. And this middle-aged man is the leader of Kunlun Immortal Sect. Not only in Kunlun Immortal Mountain, but also in Tewa Immortal Mountain, from the territory of Tewa Sword Sect, there is also a figure who looks at this scene, and then turns into a stream of light and goes directly away. There are also powerful cultivators on the Penglai Immortal Mountain outside the East China Sea heading towards the Yaokai Immortal Mountain. At this moment, it is not an exaggeration to say that the world is shaken. Not only those immortal sects have strong people heading towards the Yaokai Immortal Mountain, but even those big families have strong people. The Yaokai secret realm has appeared, and the world is in turmoil. Even some other forces on the mainland have received the news that the Yaokai secret realm has been opened. For a time, these forces also sent strong people to gather in Dawa. Catholicism, Holy Sun Palace, Heavenly God Temple, Demon Sea, Nether Castle. These other forces on the mainland have also sent some strong people at this moment, wanting to go to Dawa's Yaokai secret realm to get a share of the pie. Jiangbei. Outside Li Hao's villa, one figure after another has also dispersed. Li Hao did not kill all the cultivators from Kunlun Immortal Sect, Tewa Sword Sect and Penglai Immortal Sect, but let them leave. As for the elders of the three major immortal sects, they were forced into contracts by Li Hao. Including Sanyang Jinren, Zhou Kunlun, Ye Changhe, Zhangdi Fawang and others, the number of people who have been contracted by Li Hao has reached 7 or 8, and they are all strong men in the Jindan realm. This lineup is really powerful. You go too? Li Hao said directly to Yuan Yuhong and others. Yes, thank you, young master. Yuan Yuhong and the other two heard what Li Hao said, and a strange color appeared in their eyes. They didn't expect Li Hao to let them leave. They bowed to Li Hao and left directly. At this time, Chu King Ai was also ready to leave. I haven't let you go yet. Li Hao called Chu King Ai again, and Chu King Ai's pretty face changed again. Ah! What are you going to do? Chu King Ai stared at Li Hao and said angrily. Li Hao didn't say anything, but looked at Qin Yaking and others beside him, and said directly to Qin Yaking and others. I'll go to the secret realm to have a look too. You guys just stay at home. If there are any good things, I'll bring them back. Qin Yaking and Linda had just become foundation building cultivators. Their cultivation was indeed a little low. If they went with them, it would not be a good thing. Li Hao might not be able to take care of them. So for safety reasons, Li Hao still thought it was better for Qin Yaking and the other two to stay here. Yeah. Boss, be careful. Qin Yaking and Linda heard what Li Hao said and said directly to him. Li Hao nodded slightly and looked at Sanyang Jinren and Zhou Kunlun again. You guys want to go and have a look too? God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 350. You guys want to go see it, too? Li Hao said directly to Sanyang Jinren and Zhou Kunlun. Yes. Young master, there must be an opportunity in this secret realm. Sanyang Jinren and others nodded and said directly after hearing what Li Hao said. In that case, you guys can go together. Li Hao nodded slightly after hearing what they said, and then said directly that their cultivation was not weak, and as long as they were not facing a strong person in the transformation realm, they would have no problem protecting themselves. Then let's go directly. Li Hao said directly again, and immediately activated his cultivation power and prepared to go. Meow. But at this moment, a cry came from the side. It was the cry of the white cat. Li Hao looked at the white cat and immediately saw a hint of hope in the white cat's eyes. You want to go too? Li Hao and the white cat had a tacit understanding, so he naturally understood what the white cat meant, and was also stunned. The white cat nodded again. Okay. Then you can follow me. Li Hao said directly. Let's go. Li Hao said directly again, and then the powerful cultivation momentum of the transformation realm was instantly exerted. Boom. The powerful momentum was shocking, and immediately there was another extremely rich spiritual storm, and then it directly enveloped Li Hao and the people around him. Swoosh. At this moment, the whole space seemed to vibrate, and a wave of fluctuations appeared, and then the figures of Li Hao and others disappeared immediately. Li Hao exerted the power of cultivation, and took Sanyang Jinren, Zhou Kunlun, Ye Changhe, Zhangdi Fawang and that Chu King Ai, plus a white cat, at a very fast speed, and in an instant they had already left the territory of Jiangbei. It is not an exaggeration to call it 100 miles in one breath. Li Hao took 5 people and a white cat, and the speed was extremely fast. In a moment, they had already gone out for hundreds of miles. Li Hao and others went all the way north. Because, Yaokai Fairy Mountain is located in the north of the entire Dawah, in the north of Jiangbei. Li Hao and his companions crossed a distance of thousands of miles, and finally saw in front of them a snow-capped fairy mountain towering above the earth, reaching into the sky. It was unclear how high it was, but it was covered with snow and covered by clouds. Is that the fairy mountain of Yaokai? When Sanyang Jinren and Zhou Kunlun saw the mountain in front of them, a gleam of brilliance appeared in their eyes, and they murmured, asking, "This is their first time here, if it weren't for the opening of the secret realm, they would not have come." Yes, that is the fairy mountain of Yaokai. It is also where my sect is. But at this time, Chu King Ai, who was following him, said coldly again, looking a little unhappy. Chu King Ai actually didn't want to come back. If her senior sister knew that she had lost the key to the secret realm and brought these people here, then her senior sister would definitely not forgive her. At that time, she might be hung up and spanked. But now, under the tyranny of Li Hao, Chu King Ai had to come back here together. In front of us, the fairy mountain looked very close, but in fact it was still very far away. Even Li Hao and his men had to rush for a while before they finally arrived at the foot of the Yaokai Fairy Mountain. But Li Hao and his men did not go to the Yaokai Fairy Mountain. Instead, they looked at another location more than 10 miles away from the Yaokai Fairy Mountain. There, between the two mountains, there was an extremely bright light shining, and a heart-pounding wave came. Secret Realm. Is that the secret realm? Zhou Kunlun's voice came out, and everyone's eyes looked in that direction. In front of us, on the two mountains, with the two mountains as the base, a huge portal appeared between heaven and earth. It looked like a huge portal built of white jade, but no one knew what material it was made of. There were strange runes flowing on the portal, and inside the portal, there were hazy clouds and mists swirling, making it difficult to see what was inside the portal. This portal seemed to be connected to nothingness. When everyone saw this huge portal, their hearts were immediately shaken. There is no doubt that this portal is the entrance to the Yaokai secret realm. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Boom boom boom. At the same time, Li Hao and his companions heard some figures breaking through the air, and even descended with powerful momentum. One after another, extremely proud figures appeared, and more and more. Some people appeared from the flowing rainbow across the sky, some people descended proudly with long swords under their feet, and some people appeared directly out of thin air, and some people came riding powerful monsters. The strong ones, they are all strong ones. And these people are basically strong ones in the Jindan realm, even the foundation building realm is very rare. In a moment, there are already hundreds of figures appearing again, plus some cultivators who have arrived here before. At this moment, there are already 200 or 300 people gathered in front of this portal, and without exception, they are all cultivators. Li Hao appeared with Sanyang Jinren and others, which also attracted the attention of many people. Who is that guy? Is that the Dharma King of Zhang? How come even the Dharma King of Zhang is following him? And the head of the Zhou family, Zhou Kunlun, looks so powerful. When some of the cultivators around saw this scene, they couldn't help but make a sound of surprise. Some people directly recognized the Dharma King of Zhangdi. The Dharma King of Zhangdi was a famous Jindan realm cultivator for many years, and was even called the strongest person in Zhangdi. At this moment, these people saw that the Dharma King of Zhangdi was actually following a young man, and they were immediately confused and curious about Li Hao's identity. That's him. He is the master. Haven't you received the news yet? He just killed the elders of Tewa Sword sect before, and even contracted the elders of Kunlun Immortal Sect and Penglai Immortal Section. What? He is a master. How old is he? Such a young master. The next moment, there were sounds of gasping for air. When these people knew Li Hao's identity, they couldn't help but be shocked to the extreme. Boom. But at this time, a middle-aged man in a green robe appeared in the scene. Standing in the void, he exuded a sharp aura, like a sharp sword. Many cultivators around were shocked when they saw the green-robed man. The leader of Tewa Sword Sect. He is the leader of Tewa Sword Sect. One of the 5 great masters of Dewa. My God, this is a powerful master who is hard to find. In an instant, another shocking voice rang out. Someone recognized the green-robed man. He was the leader of Tewa Sword Section. God-level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 351. Hua Taekong, the leader of the Tewa Sword Sect, is also a genuine powerhouse in the God transformation realm. At this moment, when Hua Taekong appeared, it immediately caused quite a sensation. Unexpectedly, even the master-level experts appeared. The middle-aged man in green robes stood there proudly, but his body was filled with extremely fierce attacks. Meet the sect master. Meet the sect master. At this time, figures carrying long swords shouted to Hua Taekong one after another, and these people were all monks of Tewa Sword Sect. But at this time, a figure wearing a Taoist robe suddenly appeared on the scene again. He is also a man, but he looks a little older than Hua Taekong. He looks about 40 or 50 years old. He is wearing a Taoist robe and has an air of immortality about him. Yan Ran is a high-achieving Taoist. People are filled with an ethereal temperament. That's Chu Xingyun, the leader of the Kunlun Immortal Sect. Oh my God, another master-level expert. Are all the 5 great masters of Dewa coming together today? What 5 great masters? Now there are 6 great masters. Yes, that's right. Counting that guy, there are already 3 of the 6 great masters. When Chu Xingyun's figure appeared, another voice of exclamation immediately arose. This Chu Xingyun is also a true master. He was once one of the 5 great masters, but now with Li Hao, he is already one of the 6 great masters. Meet the sect master. Meet the sect master. Bye. Around him, another figure came to Chu Xingyun's side and shouted respectfully to Chu Xingyun, and these people were all monks of the Kunlun Immortal Sect. Chu Xingyun didn't speak. After glancing at the huge portal, he turned his attention to Hua Taekong. Hua Taekong. You arrived very quickly. Chu Xingyun said directly to Hua Taekong that only he could call him by his first name. If it had been anyone else, Ruoshu might have been killed by a sword. When Hua Taekong heard Chu Xingyun's words, he glanced at Chu Xingyun coldly. It's not that I'm fast. It's that you are too slow. Chu Xingyun, I haven't seen you for many years, but you are much older than before. It seems that you have not made any progress at all. Hua Taekong also said coldly, not polite at all. A lot older? When Chu Xingyun heard Hua Taekong's words, his eyes suddenly condensed. Even if they are as powerful as them, they are masters in the realm of gods, and their lifespan is very long, but it is not unlimited. They can only live for hundreds or even thousands of years. Now, Chu Xingyun has lived for hundreds of years, and he still has not made a breakthrough in his cultivation. If he continues like this, his lifespan will be exhausted. In such an era, spiritual power is extremely thin, and it is already difficult for them to break through to the realm of divine transformation. If they want to take a step closer, it will be even more difficult than climbing to the sky. Don't talk about me either. Haha. You seem to be the same. Chu Xingyun laughed again, and then said coldly. He has not made a breakthrough, and his life expectancy is approaching, but why is the other party the same? Humph. Let's see, I will definitely break through. When Huataekong heard this, he snorted again and said directly, with a firmness in his voice. This opening of the secret realm was an opportunity for them, and it might be the last chance. This secret realm of Yaokai was left by the founder of the Yaokai Immortal section. Was he a strong man from thousands of years ago? He might also be a real immortal. In this secret realm of Yaokai, it is very likely that there will be an opportunity for them to reach a higher level, and it is very likely that there will be a way to become immortals. It is said that there is a realm above the gods, and that realm is called the realm of earthly immortals. The realm of earthly immortals is also the true realm of immortals. Compared to the divine transformation realm, one is in the sky and the other is on the ground. Even if you are a master in the realm of transformation into gods, you still belong to the category of mortals, while Earth Immortal is the realm where the real physical body transforms into an immortal body. As long as they can break through to the realm of earthly immortals, their lifespan can be extended to the limit, and they can even live for tens of thousands of years without dying. The reason why Chiu Xingyun and Huataekong showed up here immediately was actually for this reason. I ask, who in the world doesn't want to live forever? No one is unwilling. Is this the new Grandmaster? But at this moment, Chiu Xingyun turned his attention to Li Hao again, with a strange look in his eyes. You're quite young. Which family trained this monster? Chiu Xingyun naturally saw that Li Hao's appearance was consistent with his age. He was definitely no more than 20 years old, and he was a master and strong man under 20 years old. This made Chiu Xingyun's heart suddenly shocked. Li Hao looked at Chiu Xingyun and Huataekong, but there was no big fluctuation in his eyes. Hey! But at this moment, suddenly, an extremely sharp sound resounded between heaven and earth, like the cry of a monster. Boom! The next moment, everyone looked at the sky and a white shadow appeared above the rising sun. It was a white crane. The white crane was flapping its huge wings. On the back of the white crane, there was actually an old man in grey robe standing. Soon, the white crane came from far away and landed directly in front of everyone. The white crane stood there, releasing a powerful aura. Demon beast. Definitely a demon beast. This white crane is still spiritual, and the aura it releases is comparable to that of a cultivator in the Jindan realm. Beside the white crane, the grey-robed old man also has an extraordinary temperament. Although he does not release a strong aura of cultivation, the moment everyone sees this old man, they still inexplicably feel a strong sense of oppression. The old man is simple and unpretentious, just like an ordinary old man, but he gives people a sense of the great way and nature. The moment Li Hao saw this old man, his eyes suddenly condensed. Returning to nature, as if entering a state of transformation. This is the feeling that this old man gave Li Hao. In Li Hao's perception, when this old man stood there, the spiritual power between heaven and earth could not help but condense towards the direction of the old man's body. This old man is like the center of heaven and earth. Powerful. Li Hao suddenly felt this way in his heart. This old man is definitely the most powerful one among the many cultivators that Li Hao has seen. Mr. Zhao. Master Zhao is here. Mr. Zhao, the strongest man in Dewa. Mr. Zhao, the giant in Dewa. When this old man appeared, he immediately caused countless shocking voices. Just because the old man in front of him was Zhao Gongming, the first master and the strongest man in Dewa. No matter who it was, when seeing this old man, they had to respectfully call him Mr. Zhao. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 352. The old man who appeared riding a white crane in front of him was clearly Zhao Tianxian, the first Grand Master and the most powerful person in Dewa. What a domineering name in the name of a god. At this moment, everyone was shocked. This Zhao Tianxian was the powerful master of Dewa hundreds of years ago, and he had done many earth-shattering things. It is said that when he was young, a man entered the Temple of Heaven. He fought with King Yankui, one of the 4 kings in the Temple of Heaven, for several rounds. After killing him, he left calmly, just because King Yankui killed him. A childhood sweetheart. It is said that one person once destroyed the evil palace, a powerful force that was causing trouble on the mainland. Just because a deacon of the evil palace caused more than 10 innocent people's lives? It is said that Zhao Tianxian is as talented as a demon in cultivation. He only started practicing at the age of 15, built his foundation at the age of 16, formed elixirs at the age of 22, and transformed into a god at the age of 29. It is said that this Zhao Tianxian has great military achievements. He became a general at the age of 28 and a commander at the age of 35. It is said. In short, there are legends about Zhao Tianxian in front of him everywhere. Moreover, this Zhao Tianxian is also the person in power of the Zhao family, the first family in Dewa. Old Zhao. Mr. Zhao. At this moment, another voice shouted to the old man. Zhao Tianxian stood with his hands behind his back, his wise eyes swept ahead, and then fell on Li Hao. The next moment, a smile appeared on Zhao Tianxian's face. From Li Hao's body, Zhao Tianxian felt a familiar aura. It was the aura that he had sensed that day, which was the aura that broke through to the realm of divine transformation. Not bad, you are very good. Zhao Tianxian looked at Li Hao, nodded, and said directly. Li Hao. Good. Li Hao was stunned and didn't understand what the other party meant. He knew that he was very good, but did he need others to say it? Li Hao ignored the old man, and the old man withdrew his eyes, but looked at the huge portal in front of him. The secret realm of Yaokai has finally been opened again. Zhao Tianxian's murmured words fell into the ears of other people around him, but they couldn't help but be shocked again. Turned on again? Could it be that this secret realm of Yaokai has ever been opened? Did Zhao Tianxian ever go in? Storms arose in everyone's hearts. Everyone looked at the portal, their hearts shaking. Boom. But at this moment, someone suddenly burst out with a powerful cultivation aura, and there was a pill-forming monk who couldn't hold back his impulse. He stood up from the ground and rushed towards the portal. When everyone saw this scene, a strange color appeared in their eyes. This guy wants to rush in? Is it that easy? Many people also had questions in their hearts, and they all cast their gazes on that figure. Buzz. But the next moment, everyone saw the monk in the Dan formation realm burst out with a powerful momentum and rushed directly to the portal. In an instant, a dazzling spiritual light flashed above the portal. Buzz buzz. Suddenly, from that portal, there was a strange wave that filled the air. The fluctuation seemed to be the fluctuation restricted by the formation. Boom. Immediately afterwards, everyone was shocked to see a ripple that could be seen with the naked eye appearing in the portal. At this moment, the monk's body directly hit the wave. Then the monk's body froze. Boom. Immediately afterwards, a powerful counter-attack force instantly emerged from the portal. Bang. A dull sound suddenly erupted. Ah! A scream suddenly resounded. Everyone was shocked to see that a large mouthful of blood spurted out from the mouth of the monk who was in the pill formation realm. The monk's body flew backwards heavily, like a bird with broken wings. Bang! Finally, it hit the ground heavily in the distance. His clothes were stained red with blood, and his body was covered with injuries, making him extremely embarrassed. Silly! Idiot, you really don't know how to live or die. Can I go in without a key? You're really looking for death. I didn't even go, but you tried it for me. Dot. When the monks around him saw this scene, they couldn't help but said coldly. Some of the guys who were originally a little impulsive suppressed their inner impulses again. If you are impulsive, this is the end. However, there are still some people who do not believe in evil. Boom boom boom. Several figures rushed directly towards the portal, bursting out with powerful cultivation power, and rushed towards the portal. Bang bang bang. However, several dull voices sounded one after another. The result was exactly the same as before. The figures rushing towards the portal, without exception, spurted blood and were knocked away. I really can't get in. Where is the key to the secret realm? How do I turn this on? Dot. Voices of surprise and suspicion resounded again. Many people couldn't calm down after seeing this scene, and they were all talking about the whereabouts of the key to the secret realm. But with the lessons learned just now, those people behind immediately felt more at ease and did not dare to try again. It seems that it is true that there is no way to enter the secret realm without the key. Buzz buzz. But at this moment, the ground suddenly began to tremble at this moment. I don't know why. What's wrong? What's wrong? Is there another earthquake? What an earthquake? You are a monk, you are afraid of an earthquake. Look at that portal. Dot. Shocking sounds came out from everyone's mouths again, but the next moment, when everyone looked at the huge portal in front of them, their eyes widened even more, filled with disbelief. What's that? Statue. Why did a statue suddenly appear? It's a woman. Who is she? What a beautiful woman. Wow, it's so beautiful. I feel like I'm going to fall. Is this a statue of a fairy? Dot. In the field, shocking sounds continued to sound, and countless monks looked in front of the portal, because something shocking happened in front of them. All I saw was that a huge statue appeared out of thin air at this moment in front of the portal. It was a white jade statue. But the statue was a woman, an extremely beautiful woman, wearing a skirt, standing under the portal, lifelike. At this moment, everyone had a very strange feeling, as if they could see a woman in a white dress slowly walking from Jushin and dancing in front of their eyes. Fascinated. This is a feeling that all the monks have at this moment, and women are all amazed by it. This is still just a statue. If it were a real person, how beautiful would it be? God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tien Tien Taido. Chapter 353. It was a white jade statue, but the carving was of a woman, an extremely beautiful woman. I don't know who carved this statue. But just such a statue gave everyone an extremely amazing feeling. If it were me, I don't know how beautiful it would be. Master. But at this moment, a deep voice came from beside Li Hao. The person who made the voice was Chu King Ai. At this moment, Chu King Ai looked straight at the statue, her beautiful eyes filled with incomparable excitement. Master. When Li Hao and others next to him heard Chu King Ai's voice, they were shocked in their hearts. What is engraved on this statue is the master of Chu King Ai, the founder of the Yaokai Immortal Sect, and the master of the Yaokai Secret Realm. Boom. But at this moment, a white figure floated over again, stepping on the void. So beautiful. Who is she? Is this the fairy from Yaokai? Dot. When everyone saw the white figure appearing, there was a hint of surprise in their eyes. Once their eyes fell on this white figure, they could no longer move away. Just because, this white figure is a beautiful woman, so beautiful that it is breathtaking. She is wearing a long white dress, just like the mysterious goddess from the 9 heavens descending to the earth, with a fairy spirit floating in the air. She is independent from the world and otherworldly. Countless eyes immediately fell on this woman, and the voices of exclamations kept ringing out, and many people had a bright light in their eyes. Who is this woman? How could she be born so beautiful? This is the doubt in the minds of many people at this moment. Li Hao's eyes lit up when he looked at the woman in a white dress who suddenly appeared. This woman in a white dress was among the women he had seen, and her appearance was definitely among the best. Perfect. This woman's appearance gave Li Hao the feeling of being perfect. It is so perfect that no flaws can be found, especially the temperament, which invisibly gives people a sense of self-imposed filth. This woman's figure is not as impressive as Linda's, but her body proportions are absolutely perfect. Sister. But at this moment, next to Li Hao, Chu Qing'ai shouted to the woman in the white dress. Junior sister. The woman in the white skirt heard Chu Qing'ai's voice, and immediately looked towards Chu Qing'ai, but her brows furrowed. She saw that Chu Qing'ai was following a young man, and together with several men in the Dan formation realm. Who are they? Did you bring back the secret key I asked you to find? Mo Bai suddenly asked Chu Qing'ai in a deep voice. When Chu Qing'ai heard Mo Bai's words, her pretty face instantly turned a bit ugly. Chu Qing'ai shook her head. But the next moment, Chu Qing'ai suddenly became excited again, and in a flash, he came directly to Mo Bai's side. Senior sister, it's him, it's him. The key to the secret realm is on his body, and he stole all our keys to the secret realm. He is a strong person in the realm of gods. Chu Qing'ai said directly to Mo Bai, looking at Li Hao with a cold look in his eyes. When Mo Bai heard Chu Qing'ai's words, his eyes instantly released a sharp edge, and then his eyes fell on Li Hao, sizing him up. The young man in front of her looked very young, quite handsome, and filled with an arrogant temperament, which actually gave her a feeling of threat. In other words, the young man in front of him is really a true master. Mo Bai felt the aura of someone breaking through to the god transformation realm again that he felt a few days ago. It should be the person in front of him. Fellow Taoist, please return the key to the secret realm to us. I, the Yaokai Immortal Sect, will be deeply grateful. Mo Bai looked at Li Hao and said in a deep voice. Thank you very much. Haha. When Li Hao heard Mo Bai's words, he suddenly laughed again. May I have your name? Li Hao looked at this beautiful woman and asked directly. Mo Bai frowned slightly, but still said directly. Yaokai Immortal Sect, Mo Bai. When Li Hao heard the woman's words, he laughed again, and then his eyes fell on Mo Bai. His eyes were filled with a bright light without concealment, as if he was looking at his own woman. Immediately, Li Hao nodded towards Mo Bai. Yeah. She is indeed pretty. Beauty, you don't have a boyfriend, right? Li Hao said directly to Mo Bai with interest. After hearing Li Hao's words, Mo Bai's brows instantly wrinkled, especially when she saw Li Hao's naked eyes, which made her feel very uncomfortable. Does the pretty guy have a boyfriend? What does this guy mean? Is he teasing her? Mo Bai looked at Li Hao with a sharp look in his eyes. At this moment, Master Sanyang and others who were following Li Hao also looked at Li Hao with their mouths slightly open. Their young master is so brave. How dare you flirt with this woman in white in front of so many people? This is a master of the transformation of God realm. However, only their young master dared to do this. Fellow Taoist, please respect yourself. Mo Bai said coldly to Li Hao, if it had been anyone else, she would have been killed with one palm. By the way, who said before that she would introduce her senior sister to me as my girlfriend? What's wrong? Are you regretting it? You don't mean what you said. At this moment, Li Hao looked at Chu Qing'ai again and said jokingly. When Chu Qing'ai heard Li Hao's words, her beautiful eyes widened instantly, her pretty face changed color instantly, her mouth opened wide, and she became panicked, not knowing how to answer. Next to her, Mo Bai was startled when she heard Li Hao's words, and her eyebrows furrowed a little deeper. She looked at the junior sister next to her, and when she saw Chu Qing'ai's look, Her heart suddenly condensed again. Qing Yi, what he said is true. Mo Bai asked Chu King I in a deep voice. I you forced me to do that. Chu King I immediately pointed at Li Hao and said, and then looked pitifully at Mo Bai beside him. Sister, I said it, but he forced me to do that. When Mo Bai heard Chu King I's words, his heart sank. I actually said it? Fellow Taoist, since these are words of persecution, they will naturally not count. Mo Bai said to Li Hao again. Doesn't count? Ha ha. Li Hao smiled lightly, but said nothing more. When Mo Bai of Yaokai Immortal Sect appeared, 4 of the 6 great masters of Dawa had already arrived. More and more monks arrived. There are monks everywhere, and powerful auras are released from time to time. At least they are monks in the foundation establishment realm, and even some strong men in the core formation realm.